Welcome back to We Rockin' Math with Miss Catherine. For those of you who are new, welcome to this channel. On this channel, we have math videos that will help you solve math problems a bit more easy and faster. So please consider subscribing to this channel for more math content. There will be a link to the subscription channel down below. Make sure to check it out. Today's lesson is adding fractions with unlike denominators. One important word we need to understand is the word multiple, which means the result of multiplying a number by an integer, which is a number that's not a fraction. Let's say we want to find multiple of 3. Multiples of 3 would be 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. We can also list more numbers, but we'll stop at 15. So 15 would be a multiple of 3 because 3 times 5 equals 15. So each number is multiplied by another number. For example, from 3 to 6, we're multiplying by 2. And from 3 to 9, we're multiplying by 3. And from 3 to 12, we're multiplying by 4. From 3 to 15, we're multiplying by 5. So that's the idea of a multiple. Once you understand the definition of a multiple, you can understand what least common multiple means. Least common multiple is when you're comparing two numbers and you want to find a number that both of the numbers share, that they have in common, but is the smallest number that they have in common. So let's look at our very first example, which is 5/6 plus 2/4. The first step we want to do when we're adding fractions with unlike denominators is to find the LCM, the least common multiple, which is just what we talked about before. Look at the larger denominator between the two on the bottom here, between 6 and 4, which it would be 6. Then you think if 6 can be divisible by 4, which it can. So then you move on to the next multiple of 6, which would be 12. Is 12 divisible by 4? Yes, 4 can go into 12. So that means that your LCM, your least common multiple, is 12. So just write it here. Once you found that, you want to change the denominators so that they're the same. Now you start to think, 6 times what number equals 12? It would be 2. So you multiply 2 on the bottom, and whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do the same to the numerator, so it doesn't change the value of the fraction. So we're going to multiply by 2 on the top. Now we have our first fraction. And our second fraction, we also need to change the denominator so that it's 12. So you think 4 times what number equals 12? Be 3. So 4 times 3 equals 12. And the top would also be multiplied by 3. Now we just simplify these equations. So 5 times 2 equals 10. And then we have our denominator of 12. I'm going to copy down the addition sign. 2 times 3, we have 6. 4 times 3, 12. Which gives us 16 twelfths. And you might not or might have learned this already, but since the numerator is larger than the denominator, you can simplify this and change it into a mixed number so that the numerator isn't bigger than the denominator. A mixed fraction, you can get this by doing a long division problem, basically. Or you can just think to yourself, how many times does 12 go into 16? Well, it would be 1. And how many would you have left over? It would be 4. And the denominator stays the same. So if you have trouble, you can do a little long division problem here. We can set it up. So on the inside, we have the dividend, which is going to be this numerator here. So you have 16. On the outside, we have the divisor, which is the denominator, which is 12. Now we just have a simple division problem. 16 divided by 12. We have 1 here. You can only divide 12 into 16 one time. So 1 times 12 is 12. Then you subtract, and you get 4. So this is where this number comes from. We see we have 1 and 4 twelfths. 1 is from this number here, which is our quotient. Then we have 4, which is our remainder. And we have 12, which is our divisor. But we're not even finished after that, because we can evaluate this, we can simplify this even more. There's one more step. We can simplify it to 1, and then you want to think, what number goes into both 4 and 12? Well, it looks like you can just divide top and bottom by 4. So if you divide top and bottom by 4, let's write it here. You get 1 and 1/3. And that's our final answer, 1 and 1/3. Let's look at the second problem. We have 2/5 plus 4/6. So again, we want to find the LCM. LCM we want to see which denominator is larger, which would be the 6. Then you start to think of multiples of 6, and if that multiple can be divisible by 5. So first start with 6. Is 6 divisible by 5? Nope. How about 12? Because 12 would be the next multiple. 12 would not be divisible by 5. Then you think, how about 18? That wouldn't do it either. How about 24? Nope. How about 30? Yes, looks like 30 works. So our least common multiple between 5 and 6 would be 30. Now we find our least common multiple, change the denominators to be the same. So we're going to multiply this by 5, multiply the bottom by 5, then we multiply the top by 5. And then let's convert this other fraction. We're going to multiply 5 by 6. And we're going to multiply the top by 6. So you end up having 12 30ths plus 20 30ths equals 32 30ths. And this would equal, we can do a little division problem here, 32 on the inside, and 30 on the outside. 30 goes into 32 one time. 1 times 30 equals 30. Make sure you put your subtraction sign. Then we have 1 and 2 30ths, which can be simplified even more to 1 15th. We can just divide top and bottom by 2. So hopefully that was good practice. How about you take a few minutes and try to do these two on your own, and we'll come back and see if we get the same answer. All right, so for number 3, the LCM is 72. So you would have to change both denominators to 72, and you add the numerators with both of the denominators being 72. You get 92 over 72, which can be converted into the mixed fraction. You can think, how many times does 72 go into 92? It's 1 time. And this numerator, it's easier if you think, what's 92 minus 72? And you will find the remainder, which is 20. Then you just keep the denominator the same, which can be simplified to 1 and 5/18. So that's number 3. And number 4, the LCM is 60. So you change both denominators to be 60. You get 40/60ths plus 48/60ths equals 88/60ths. Change that into a mixed number. 1 and 28/16, which can be simplified into 1 and 7/15. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what other topics you would like to see. Until then, see you next time. Thanks everyone.